Welcome again to the Rome Transformed 10 Minutes Talk series. My name is Dr. Ravasi, and I am the Archaeology Research Associate of the project. My research focuses on Roman residential and thermal architecture. If you wish to know more about what I do, please check out my profile and publications on my university webpage and on the research networks below. In this video, I will introduce you to our Rome Transformed SheDoc platform, where we display the visualizations produced within the Rome Transformed project. We term our visualization models provocations, and therefore, before showing SheDoc, I would like to introduce you to our use of the term provocation. With our research, we aim to produce the most accurate and structurally viable digital reconstructions of the buildings tackled by the research. However, we are aware that the fragmentary nature of the surviving evidence makes our visualizations the best effort to understand our data, but not an exact reproduction of how a building may have looked like at a given time. Moreover, the nature of the surviving evidence may allow for the development of more than one visualization model. And so, the use of the term provocation stresses how we aim to use our visualizations as visual prompts to test hypotheses, to engage colleagues in a scholarly debate, and to provoke a challenge on any point of detail or underpinning assumption. As soon as they're ready for debate, we share our provocation on our online Rome Transformed SheDoc platform, with the aim of engaging colleagues in a transparent debate on each visualization at granular level. You can access the platform from the Rome Transformed website at rometrans.ncl.ac.uk/RT-SheDoc. You can find the link and all the links mentioned in the video in the info box below. Rome Transformed SheDoc is, however, not new to the world of scientific documentation. It is rather adapted to the needs of our research from the excellent SheDoc platform, conceived and designed by German scholars Mark Grellert and Michael Farsch-Hafst at Darmstadt Technische Universität. The website offers numerous case studies where modern visualizations of long-lost buildings are scientifically justified by an underlying database that navigates the viewer through the complexities of the scientific documentation and the scholarly argumentation underpinning each visualization. You can explore SheDoc by clicking on www.shedoc.org in the info box below. Myself and the team of Rome Transformed would like to thank Mark Grellert and his team for their insight and generosity, as they have been instrumental in helping us adapting their innovative idea and the existing SheDoc platform to the needs of our research. Now, back to the Rome Transformed SheDoc. The website was developed at Newcastle by Mike Simpson with the help and support of Mark Grellert, Johan Peveret, Ian Haynes, and myself, and was launched in 2021. It currently hosts just a few provocations, but it will be increasingly implemented, hosting works produced by all our team members. So stay tuned for future updates. We will visit the platform together, so sit back and relax, and I will show you how you can navigate through it and where you can find the information you need. And this is our homepage, the homepage of our Rome Transformed website. You can see here the information, how it is organized. I will take you now to the SheDoc platform, and then we will come back to look at the archaeology, just to get a sense of how the information is being organized. So let's have a look at SheDoc. This is the homepage of SheDoc at rometrans.ncl.ac.uk/RT-SheDoc. But as you see, you can even access it from our website. The Rome Transformed SheDoc website has 5 main tabs. The Home tab, which is this one. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. Then a tab dedicated to the provocations here, with the provocations that are currently listed. A tab where you can explore the same provocation or search the same provocation through a map, an interactive map. So you can see here we are in the area of Piazza di San Giovanni in Laterano, the Lateran district, with the Basilica and the baptistry. And here in the area of the Ospedale di San Giovanni are 2 dots, each of them pointing at one of the provocations. As you can see, all these are interactive, so you can click on the provocations and directly access the page where the provocation is being discussed. A page, a tab dedicated to a little bit of information about the project, about Transform Shidok, and then a help page that will hopefully help you navigate should you have any problems. I also forgot to mention that you can navigate the website in 3 languages, the main information in 3 languages, in English, Italian and German. We'll keep to the English for the moment. So let's go back to the home page. Here is you have a welcome text that will tell you a little bit about the project. And again, another map that shows you the Rome Transformed Archaeology Research Area with all the structural analysis sites that were assessed, researched on, scanned, and on which we carried out the structural analysis, divided in 9 areas. These 9 areas are listed here. 7 areas are actually surfaces, each of them with the buildings inside them. The last 2, Area 8 and Area 9, are 2 structures, 2 rectilinear long structures, the Arcus Neroniani, so the Caelimontian aqueduct, and the Aurelian walls here. If you want to know more about how our research area is divided and how the area codes are arranged, you can visit the archaeology section of our website. So I will take you there. You see, we'll click here, or you go back to our Rome Transformed Research website. You go on the archaeology tab, which is the one I'm showing you now, and you will see that there is an interactive map here. Research area, you can even view it in as a larger map, showing the same area. So let me take you there. I click on the map and it shows you what area each area corresponds to. So in this case, we're talking about the area of Santa Croce, for example. In this area is the area of the Lateran district, and so on. You can zoom in and zoom out, you can even make it larger if you wish. Then if you go below, you have several tabs, each of them dedicated to one of the areas. So I'll take you to Area 2, the area of the Ospedale di San Giovanni. You open them and it gives you really a short introduction, but you can learn more about these areas. So let's take the example of the area of the Ospedale di San Giovanni. Here you have again an interactive map. In this case, this map is more detailed. So here you have all the sites on which structural analysis has been carried out. And as you can see, in our research area, the sites are labeled as such with SA, that stands for structural analysis, a code number, in this case is 2 because the site belongs to Area 2, and then a unique number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for each structure or complex of structures that we have assessed and investigated. And again, this is an interactive map, so you can have a quick look at each site just to make sure that you are aware of, you get to know more, to get to know more about what's inside. Then if you go below in the text, you will see that there is some general information about previous research carried out in the area. And then we come to the reports, the area reports, which will be the interim technical reports and integrated technical reports. These have not been published yet, but they will be published soon. Now, I'll take you back to Shidok. So we go on the top of the tab of the Rome Transformed website. We'll click on the Shidok webpage. And again here there is the same information, so the links take you straight into the website of the Rome Transform project. Now you will see that at the moment on Sheedoc we have two provocations that have been put for display, and I am going to discuss this one in particular, so that I'm going to show you how we arrange the information and how you can navigate through the website. Let's go now to explore one of our provocations. The provocation shows a visualization model of the late antique phase of a domus with a large portico excavated by Valnea Santa Maria Scrinari in the so-called well, in the underground spaces of Corsia Mazzoni in the Ospedale di San Giovanni in Laterano in Rome. As you can see here, the title brings in the area code. This is really to avoid any confusion or misinterpretation. You have a very short introduction with the area the model belongs to, the type of structure. Here it's a domus, and again here for an infeum, again it's a domus, a short description and a series of tags. And I'll show you the tags in a moment. So let's enter the provocation. We'll click on it, and it opens a page where more information is made available. Again, the description, a short description of the building, the type of building, some details about the provocation itself, what is the period that is represented in the images, whether the provocation has been completed or is being processed and currently being worked on, and the time and the date when it was created and the time when it was last updated. On the right you have the map that shows you where the provocation sits in the city of Rome, but you will also have the geo-coordinates with the Monte Mario 2 coordinates here to precisely position the provocation and the site, the institution, when possible the software that was used to produce the visualization, and so on, and other information. Then you have a series of tags. So the tags will help you navigate through all the provocations in the website, creating cross themes or specific themes, or looking at specific topics should you wish to do so. For example, would you be interested in the way we use the evidence provided by capitals in producing our provocations, columns, ceilings, the type of opus sectile floor, for example? Should you be an expert on opus sectile, and should you wish to look at specifically the way we have used opus sectile floors in our provocations, you can navigate through tags, and look specifically at all the provocations that feature opus sectile floors in them. And then the other important bit about the supporting information, the information that is related to the research supporting our understanding and interpretation of the site, will feature here. So if I click here, I will take you, it will take you to our website, again, main website, where you will see that there is the Area 2 Interim Technical Report that I mentioned earlier, and here you can see the Interim Technical Report Structural Analysis link that is active at the moment. And in this, of course, I will take you, we can look at the information provided for the Domus of the Anni, and then Infeum, which is the area of Corsia Mazzoni that I mentioned before, SA 2.1. And in this you have more detail about the history of excavation, a general interpretation of the sites with reference to the main publication, a summary of the main structural phases that we have identified in the area, phase 1, phase 2, and so on. And then gradually we will feed in all the more detailed information, even more, so the structural analysis database, the discussion, a more detailed data discussion with phasing and interpretation that is more extended than the one that you see here, hydraulic analysis, and so on. And finally, the provocations that will take you straight to SHIDOC. So this is the archaeological information that will support the reconstruction of the building in terms of its main phases. Then if I go back to our SHIDOC website, so we were here, we'll have a look at the provocation itself and the information and the scientific arguments underpinning the making of a specific provocation. As I mentioned before, for each site we can build more than one view, one variation. And so the main thing that you will see here is an expandable tab with a menu that shows you the number of views and variations that we have produced that are visible on the site for this specific building. In this case we have 6. 6 that differ in for a number of reasons. For example, we have 2 variations, 2 views of the northern corner. One when we suggest a reconstruction of the building as a single-story variant building, and the second one when we also suggest that potentially another option could be that the building was a 2-story building. And the visualizations concerned the northern corner of the building's main portico area. Then you have 2 other visualizations of the same portico, but of the southern side, as you can see here. And again, 2 more visualization of the northern corner. In this case, these will be rendered visualizations. So you can navigate through them, and each of them will be justified, will have the degree of justification of the visualization itself explained in the content below that I'm going to show you in a moment. For each view, each variation, then you might have a number of iterations. In this case, at the moment in the website, you will not see any iteration, but following the conference, the March conference in Rome, the British School at Rome, we hope to get feedback from scholars, from colleagues, and following the feedback we will get, we hope to be able to make changes, maybe change some of the details of our visualizations and provocations, and these changes will feature as iterations, and this will help keeping track of all the scientific debate that has taken place on the specific visualizations that are displayed on the website. So this is the main structure of the main way, the main structure of the way in which we display our visualization. Now I'm going to show you how the scientific arguments underpinning each visualization are being presented here. So we will stick to the view 01 portico, the northern corner, a single-story variant. And you can see here you have a series of images. This is the main visualization, but you can move along the visualizations with the arrows. And in this carousel, you will see that there is information showing you what you're looking at. In this case, you're looking at the northern corner of a large porticoed area. The second plan, the second image will show you from where you're looking at the northern corner with the fountain at the center that you can see here, and the 2 sides of the portico that you can see here and here. And then a third plan that shows you exactly where the building is located in the topography of Rome. So you get really a sense of where you are and where the building is situated. You can either look at the images by scrolling this carousel or look at them at the bottom just to have a look at what's inside. If you go below, you will see all the arguments and reference that we used for the development of this visualization. So in this case we have five. We have five arguments associated with this visualization. And for example, if we want to discuss about the way we have created the intercolumniation, you can have a look at them. The other arguments are the height of the column and capital of the northeastern portico, the type of capital, the height of the epistyle, the colonnade made of grey granite. And for each of these arguments, you have a detailed discussion here. Here the height of the column, the capital, the height of the epistyle, the colonnade of grey granite. Depending on, of course, the argument, you might have one or more images. The argument and the images supporting the argument, whether are reconstructed drawings done by ourselves, by the team, or pictures showing the in situ column and base. In this case there is just one, and so on. So for each of the solutions adopted for the visualization, you have detailed information explaining why we have decided to go for this capital or this height of the column and such. At the bottom of each visualization you have a comment area, and this is where we hope you will be able to add your comment and provide us with feedback about any specific aspect of our visualization. So we really welcome any comment, positive or negative, of course, whether you agree or disagree, but also contributions about the visualizations from your expert point of view. Finally, the last aspect that I wanted to show you are the share buttons. You can see here that you can share the information, you can copy the link and share the information or the iterations, and this will help, for example, should you wish to copy and paste on an email to contribute or to collaborate with us, to refer specifically and easily to a detail of the provocation or a visualization itself. However you want to interact with us, this will really help us going straight to the point and the specifics of a visualization. Same as here, the share link features also here, so you can even copy and share the link to the whole site, the visualization of the whole site, and so on. I'm just going to show you another example. So here you have a single story variant, and here you have this two stories variant. So in this case you can see we have decided that the data available for the site allowed for a reconstruction of a visual model either of one-story building or two stories building, and for each of the visualizations again we provided the information about the space where the visualization is taking place. And then the two-story portico, in this case the argument for one-story or two-story portico is displayed here. You can see, you can go and explore whatever you feel with other comparisons and suggest perhaps if you have views about this, give us your opinion about this. We hope we will be able to see you either online or in person at the Rome Transform Provocation Conference that will take place at the British School at Rome between the 22nd and the 24th of March 2023. On the website, on the Rome Transform website, you will be able to have a look at the provisional program, but a more detailed program will be issued soon. We will have a plenary session in the afternoon of the 22nd and 5 sessions debating our visualizations on the 23rd and the 24th of March. What we ask you kindly is to register for the conference. There is a conference registration form that you can fill in on the website. So go on the Rome Transform website, check outputs, look at the conferences and colloquia, and check out for the Rome Transform Provocation Conference to find the form, and we hope we will be able to see you soon. This is all from me now. Thank you for listening to this video, and please don't forget to visit our website and to subscribe to our YouTube channel to discover more about our project. Thank you and see you the next time.